Hey, now for 500 years, the Western world has argued about science and religion. At this point in the game, most thinking people would say that science has won the argument. Today, I offer a different perspective. I'm Jack Heel, the dad you wish you had, and it's time for the afternoon update. But first, let us pause and drink a toast to this present moment. Lift your cups with me, and let's drink a toast. It's good to be alive. Thanks to my buddy Patrick for the Starbucks cup from Cairo, Egypt. Science is not a philosophy. Religion obviously kind of falls into that category. Science, though, doesn't. Science is not a belief system. Science is a methodology that describes how to conduct an inquiry into the way the world works. Religion, on the other hand, is not concerned with how the world works. Its proper role is to instruct us about why we should act in particular ways. In other words, science tells us what is, religion tells us what we ought to do about it. Science is about objects. Religion is about subjects. Science is about objects that can be manipulated. Religion ultimately is about human choice, about those who do the manipulating. Now, for those of you who don't remember your seventh grade grammar, a sentence has three basic parts: the subject, the verb, and the object. Or to put it another way, the actor, the action, and the object acted upon. The realm of religion addresses the actor and the action. The realm of science addresses the effect of the action upon the object. There is nothing personal about science. There is nothing impersonal about religion. So when we talk about this argument between science and religion, it's ultimately an argument about two things that exist in different realms. When you take religion and attempt to have it address the realm of objects, the realm of what things are, of how things work, then religion is out of its depth. It cannot address those realms accurately because religion isn't concerned with those realms. So any kind of thing that is about the subject isn't going to be effective when talking about the object. Similarly, when you make science address subjects, then science is completely out of its depth. And I think the famous phrase is, you cannot derive an ought from an is. Science tells us what is, it does not tell us what we ought to do about it. So ultimately, I don't believe that there's any true argument between religion and science any more than there's an argument between the subject and the object of a sentence. The reason that we get into these crazy discussions, crazy arguments, is because we begin to ask science to address the realm of subjects, and we begin to ask religion to address the realm of objects. Prior to the development of the methodology of science, we didn't have particularly reliable ways to understand the objects in the world. We've always used religion as a way to understand the subjects, to understand ourselves and how we act and why we act the way we act, and more importantly, how we ought to act to live an effective and satisfying life. But we also tended, prior to science, to address the things that we perceived in the universe as objects. And then about 500 years ago, science came along with a methodology for assessing the validity of our explanations about objects. But science still can't tell us anything about ourselves, our consciousness, our experience. In fact, consciousness is the single area where science has been utterly incapable of making any kind of headway. That brings us to the realm of mystery and the role that mystery plays in all of our lives. I think I've talked enough today. So tomorrow, let's talk about what is the role that mystery should play in your life, in my life, in the life of any man who wants to live a satisfying life in this world. I'm Jack Hield, the dad you wish you had. Talk to you.